It is currently like 12 a.m. and I have not been able to stop thinking about this YouTube channel for the past 6 months. I'm just unstable, if I'm honest, and I see a lot of potential in myself, but it's hard to fulfill those potentials. A lot of the time, you are your own worst critic, and I will forever say that. I have borderline personality disorder, so that's fun. But that really plays a part in like my self-worth and like my sense of self, really, because no one around me like really ever watches YouTube or does YouTube, at least not on like the same side as me, other than like my sister. It's hard to put myself out there knowing that I don't have the best past and that some people are going to hate me. And, you know, if I work hard enough and I fulfill the potential that I think I can fulfill, that things will come out about me that are not the best. And this is like when I was like 19 or 20. I'm 26 now. I'm 26 and I have my own place with a room for me and another room for my kids. First time that's ever happened. I have an amazing roommate, love her to death, and things are going great with my cousin, like everything except for relationship wise, but that's neither here nor there. Everything's kind of falling into place for me. And minus my job too. Oh my god, I hate my fucking job. I hate my job. I can't wait to leave so I can tell you all the bullshit. I don't know what I want to do on YouTube. I really enjoyed the podcast. And I love true crime, but I don't know how people do that. Like I don't it's so much work and I know that and I'm aware it's just I'm so drained from everywhere else that like it's so hard to think of me indulging myself into like something else that doesn't have to do with my kids or real life or something that isn't the internet. I will say I do think I kind of want to continue the podcast, and I also kind of want to make my own kind of podcast kind of thing, um, where we talk about true crime and stuff like that. Maybe I can tell my cousin true crime stories, read them to her or something, because she's not really into it as much as I am. She knows Richard Ramirez and John Wayne Gacy and stuff like that, but none of like I guess underground ones. I don't know how you say that. The not well known ones. But yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I might just be uploading randomly, honestly. And this is my side of the internet, so I think that I can do that if I want to. And if you like it, then you like it. And if you don't, that's perfectly fine too. I'm nervous about everything. Everything, I guess. I don't know. Um, I really wanted to record myself today doing my eyelash clusters by myself for the first time because I think they came out pretty good. They aren't as dramatic as my strip lashes, but my sister gifted me this pack, so I'm not gonna complain. And I think they came out pretty fine. In my opinion, I will say I did put some a little too close to my waterline, but I think for the first time they came out pretty good. I would love a sense of community. Like I feel so alone all the time, all the time. But it's like, what do I have that you guys would pay attention to, or would be interested in? I mean, my life is kind of a mess, so maybe you guys can relate to that. I'm currently going through a divorce. That's crazy. We've been separated for about like 3 years. But we've been trying within those 3 years to like meet each other back in the middle, and it's just become impossible and really heart wrenching and heartbreaking on both ends. So we just decided, me mostly decided that it just wasn't going to work because I don't think anyone deserves to be unhappy in life, whether that be within yourself or with other people, especially with a partner, though. Like, when we were together, we were amazing. We were an item. Like, I married him for a reason. Me, of all people, did not think I was gonna get married, bro. I thought I was gonna be the fun auntie, but and I still kind of am, but I'm very much a mom now. We were together, we were very good, and then he just kind of gave up. He just kind of gave up, and I waited and I worked my ass off, and I begged for about a year, and nothing was changing, and that was it. I reached a breaking point. It's so hard to find like your own identity after entangling yourself with somebody's life for like years, and like being so comfortable and codependent. Um, I think we were really healthy for a lot of our relationship, but I became very unhealthy and codependent, and then so did he, and it just kind of cycled through. He was always the calm one, level headed one. I was always the angry one. But now it's kind of switched, which is very interesting. I'm very level headed. I'm very calm. I think I grew from the experience because I gave myself the space and time to grow. I now know what I deserve and don't deserve in a relationship. My standards are very high, and that's why I'm single. Not even just that, I have to work on myself. I have to work on myself. Like, I'm unmedicated, which I've been holding it down unmedicated. Girl, I got this apartment unmedicated. Okay, I got my promotion at work unmedicated. And I am getting my license. That's really exciting. Long story short, I got my license as soon as I could. I think I was like 16, I had my permit, and then 17 or 18, I got my license. Like, I wanted to be on the road, and I got like 5 or 6 tickets in like 3 different counties. Um, a couple in the county that I live at, and then two in faraway counties, one that I didn't even know existed. I got a letter saying my license was suspended. I got pulled over and told me my license was suspended. They let me off for the morning because I didn't know. I drove illegally for like 5 years. Not like continuously. I've had a couple cars here and there, but I've never stayed driving for a long period of time because I was paranoid. I stayed out of trouble for like 5 years, 6 years. I'm currently on probation for a year. I have to do 70 hours of community service, and I owe about like $900 on my fees. Originally, it was like 1,300 or something like that. Um, and I'm down to not that many hours either, so I'm taking care of that, and I owe the DMV probably like $1,200. um, and then in April, I can get my license officially, and I will be okay to drive. I have a car waiting for me, and I'm excited. Things are going to be okay. I have a lot of downtime. I have I have a village for one of my kids. And for my second kid, it's just me and her dad taking care of her. But we have it in a way where we kind of split the week. Everything's kind of just being okay. I have a room. When we originally first moved into this place, the way that we could move in was by taking over a lease. So everyone in this apartment building, they're very cool with each other, which I'm very grateful for. I love everyone in this apartment building. We're on the lease office building, but neither here nor there. We would just take over the lease. All we would need to do is just pay for the next month's rent and sign a lease with them. And it was like $700, and I was like, I can get $700 in like a month. Like, that's fine. Like at the time, I had just got my promotion and I was getting a lot more money than I was before. So I was able to save that up, and we got our place. And even the tenants that lived before us, she's very cool. I love her. She is so great. Like, I don't know how to explain the nice bubble that my apartment is in. It's very refreshing. It's very calming, and I feel like I'm at peace. Like, I have peace. But the way that she left the apartment wasn't necessarily ideal, but they had been living here for 5 years. But my room in specific, the one that we're in right now, it just smelled like dog. It smelled like a dog died in here. It smelled like a dog pissed, shit, vomited, did everything in here. Like, this room was its bed. And they did have a dog. It was a much older dog, but I didn't know where they kept it or anything like that. I didn't really know her until more recently. I met her once before that, and I had seen that apartment before we even moved in, and it did not smell that way. I don't know what was going on, but she left a bed in here for me, and I ended up just throwing it away because it had that dog smell in it. I was like, okay, maybe that's gonna help, and it did reduce the smell significantly. But the next day I came in and realized it was just the carpet. So we rented out a carpet cleaner. I ran it over this bitch like five fucking times. Like five times, and it did not work. The smell was still very strong. We lit candles, we lit incense, we left the window open for weeks at a time. It has a little like what is it, like mesh or whatever, so bugs don't come in. So we left it open for weeks at a time and nothing was working. But then we got an email saying that it was time for us to resign our lease because our 6 months were up. So we went ahead and wanted to resign it, but they sent it with a paper that said um, we got to choose how much we paid, which was insane. They gave you three different options. The first one was going to be the cheapest, and you get $100 gift card. The second one was like the middle, which is what we were paying originally already, for new bedroom carpet. Obviously, we need a new bedroom carpet, so it came up perfectly whenever we needed it, and it just fell into place. The next week, I had new bedroom carpet. I did not have a bed. I had one bed at the old place I was living at. It was me and my two girls crammed into one room. Very hard. I made it work at the time, but in turn, I only had one bed. So I put that bed into my girls' room so that they can have a place to sleep, obviously. And I would just sleep on that bed with them. I didn't have a bed. I couldn't get myself a bed because I was paying all these new bills, and a lot of things also went on with the positives. Haven't been able to use this room since I moved in, and we moved in August of 2025. It's January, almost February 2026, and this is like my third night in here of actually sleeping in here. My roommate, her best friend, they've been very sweet, and they like gave us furniture. I have a dresser now because of them. I have a bed now, mind you. It's on the floor, but you got to start somewhere. I can just get myself a little bed frame and it'll be okay. And so now I'm actually able to comfortably be in my own room and have my own space away from my kids. I love my kids, bro. Love them to death. They're the reason I got this place and I agreed to move in here. But I need my space. And if you're a fellow parent, you understand, especially having my own bed. They're getting to the point where they can sleep on their own. So I'm adjusting them to that, but they're still going to share a bed until they both just kind of want their own space. And right now they need someone to lay there with them. So they have each other. Another thing I guess I can catch you guys up on is my addiction. That was what um, our last podcast episode was about, was my addiction to nose candy. Still haven't used, I haven't relapsed. I haven't been faced with an opportunity, but I'm confident in myself that I will turn it down whenever I am faced with an opportunity. I was a year sober in September of 2025. So I gave myself a pat on the back for that. So that's great. But I think this year is for me realizing that for me personally, my addictions don't just stop at nose candy. And it's also with drinking. It's also with sex. It's also with weed. Um, I'm using any substance that's legal to kind of feed the void. And I recently saw Tana Mojo's video about being a year sober and how it's completely changed her mindset, how it she was able to do so much with herself in such a short amount of time, and I saw it happen as it was happening too, and it made me tear up because it made me just not feel alone, and it made me feel like I could get sober from alcohol and stay sober, because I can't just do it moderately, and I so wish that I could. I'm so jealous of that. I wish I didn't have the addictive personality that I do, but it runs in my family. It's in my blood. I'm Cuban. I was born with nose candy in my bloodstream. This year is to be clean from alcohol. Um, if I'm honest, weed, I when I want to smoke, I want to smoke. Like I'll be itching for it, but it's not often that I'm like, I need a blunt, I need a blunt, I need a blunt. It's more of like social thing and for me to wind down after I get off of work because sometimes I really need to wind down after work. Like it's so bad. I hate my job. Forever gonna say that until I get my new job. I've stopped cold turkey and didn't smoke for like 6 months to a year before. Like it's not like my number one vice. I think even sex would be before that, and I've been celibate for a couple months already because men honestly just disgust me, and I'm terrified of women. I love women; they're fucking beautiful, but I don't know how to talk to women, and I really wish that I did. I know spiritually I'm meant to be at a higher frequency than what I am now, and that's been a really hard pill to swallow because I feel like I've done a lot of work, and I have, but that doesn't mean that I'm there yet. um, and even then, there's not a there. You're always just evolving and growing and getting better and doing things differently and better. And it's just it's always going to be evolving. But I want to get to a point where I'm confident in myself and I feel good about the energy that I'm putting out in the world. Where I let go of grudges. Oh, that's going to be a hard one. That's but I want to let go of grudges. I want to, you know, learn how to be loving and caring and more present. I kind of doom scroll more than anything, honestly. Oh, I just yawned and I did these lashes today, so I'm really not trying to get them wet. I'm just a girl. I wish that you can add a filter to the camera, which I'm pretty sure you could, but like honestly, this is also gonna help with my self-esteem because like I'm so used to seeing myself with like a filter that like when I don't have a filter on, I'm like, oh my god, that's how I look. But I'm not even ugly. I'm not an ugly bitch. I'm a pretty bitch. And I know that. But we all have your own worst critic. I'm forever gonna say that. I also don't want this to be like the permanent setup spot. You can see all my clothes in the back. But I do have some vines on this wall. It goes all throughout my wall. And I have tapestries and stuff. So I am gonna try to figure out a spot where I can film comfortably in here and like with a good aesthetic in the back. I don't want it to look like a buffoon aesthetic. I don't know if that makes sense, but you know what I'm saying. This ended up being, I guess, my first episode of my own podcast. I don't have a name for it yet. Luna Talks. Luna Talks. Because you know what? I talk and I talk and I talk and I never shut the fuck up. I am a yapper at heart. 100%. I can talk to myself like forever, which is crazy. I say that, but it's not fully true. But I don't know when to shut the fuck up sometimes, especially when I'm high. Oh my god, I will not shut up. This one was really just. I guess this episode was really just about me catching you guys up on what's been going on with me and kind of what I want to do with this channel. I feel like I feel like I have so much potential. I've always had a calling to like social media and I never understood why. Um I know Shane Dawson inspired me a lot when he was doing Shane vlogs and with Shauna and stuff like that and his whole friend group before shit hit the fucking fan. I loved Jenna Marbles. I still love Jenna Marbles. She's literally who I fall asleep to. She is my comfort. Super sad she's not on the YouTube space anymore. I would have loved to meet her. Just a lot of people that kind of inspired me to kind of want to be in the YouTube space. And, I know it's not all flowers and I'm still willing to go through the depths of YouTube, if it meant I got to smell the flowers at the end and kind of be where I want to be. Because again, I feel like I have potential and I feel like that's a good start. I think that's a good start. Yeah, I just have to keep going. And I have to have self discipline because if for me, like, you guys are not even going to see this until I have another episode filmed so that I know that I'm serious. Might even film 2 episodes, just talking about different things. I'll probably choose more topics then. Honestly, this wasn't even supposed to be this long. But I figured why not? I kind of want to talk about politics, but I'm so scared to talk about politics at the same time because I don't know why, but there's so many Trumpies in this world, and it's absolutely insane to me. I guess I'm just gonna say fuck ICE, fuck the orange man, and hit everyone, Homeland Security, everyone. RIP all the people that are dying that we know of and that we don't know of. And I really hope that things change. I have kids. A lot of people have kids in this world, and it's so much chaos that I don't even know how to explain it. I'm kind of ashamed to admit that I kind of steer away from the news a good amount of my time, mainly because it drives me in a hole. I go insane because it's so heartbreaking to hear about the news and what's going on, even like just around the world, dude. Like it's everything is just kind of dark. So I guess that's why I don't really like touching upon politics. But I feel like if we don't talk about it, nothing's gonna change at the same time. So it's a very conflicting feeling. If you support anything that's going on, unsubscribe if you're subscribed to me. I hope not. I hope no one like that is on here. I'm a Latina woman. So anyways. I know this probably was super boring, and not the best, but I'm gonna just kind of delve into different kind of videos. I'm not always gonna do podcasts or anything like that. I kind of want to do like Jenna Marbled. Oh my God, Jenna Marbles inspired videos where she does like 5 minute crafts and shit like that, and just stupid shit, along with the podcast and stuff. And just to lighten up the mood, I guess, to kind of bring some laughter into the world because that's all she cared about was bringing love and laughter and a good motherfucking time. And that's what I want to do. That's what I want to do. I want to talk about the serious topics while also making people laugh. So hopefully I get to do both with this. I feel like this would help me a lot to pick up a hobby to fill the void I so desperately need to be voided. The void I so desperately need to be filled. Thank you if you listened all the way through. Honestly, I don't know why you would, but I do appreciate you. I love you guys if you watched all the way through. But yeah, I'm gonna drop my socials down below. This time next year, I want to rewatch this video and see if I continued this or not. Which I hope you did, bitch. Maybe I can pick up other hobbies like crocheting, or maybe I can paint some more or something. I don't fucking know. We'll figure it out as we go. Thank you for watching. Watch all the way. I appreciate you again. I love you guys, and hopefully this video makes it up. And I have a second video coming up in a couple days whenever this is posted. I will see you guys next time, hopefully. Bye.